So here we are in Madison, Wisconsin. It's the meeting of the Society for Environmental Journalists, of which I'm a member. And behind me, Gore is going to speak. And for the first time in 4 years, he's going to answer questions from journalists, which is both exciting and amazing that he hasn't answered a question about this huge crisis in 4 years. So I'm going to go in and ask him hard questions, and maybe my fellow journalists will do the same, although environmental journalists tend not to ask hard questions of environmentalists. So let's see what happens as I go in and try and bring some truth to power.
I know that there will be hearings in Congress. I'd be surprised if there's much in the way of legislation that comes out of that, but I could be surprised. Over here.
Hi. Hello. My name is Caleb Maguire from Greener Horizon Films documentaries. The British High Court in London found an inconvenient truth had 9 significant errors in it. Given that this film has been shown in schools to children, do you accept those 9 significant errors? I know you say that it's funded by deniers, that court case, but a judge in the British High Court, after a lengthy hearing, found there were 9 significant errors. This has been shown to children. Do you accept those findings, and have you done anything to correct those errors?
Well, I'm not going to go through all of those. The ruling was in favor of the movie, by the way, and the ruling was in favor of showing the movie in schools. And that's really the bottom line on that. There's been such a long discussion of each one of those specific things. One of them, for example, was that polar bears, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time ago, that polar bears really aren't endangered. Well, polar bears can get that word. So,
well, the number of polar bears have increased, actually, and are increasing.
You don't think they're endangered, do you?
The number of polar bears have increased.
Do you think they're endangered?
The number of polar bears have increased. If the number of polar bears increase, surely they're not endangered. And a judge did have an MP hearing. No, I mean, Vice President Gore hasn't actually moved. Vice President, we're not doing a debate. No, this is a question. He hasn't answered the question. Vice President left for the. Yes, but I would appreciate his answer to the court. A British High Court judge. Has. It's on. The mic is off. The mic is off.
At the Society for Environmental Journalists, the reaction of the journalists, the actions of Andrew Revkin of the New York Times, and the action of the journalists was to shut down the journalists and protect the politician.
McAleer says environmental journalists should be more critical. He says instead, too often they act as cheerleaders for environmental causes.
What I would like of environmental journalists, like myself, is that you treat big environment the same way as you treat big politics and big government and big business. You know, treat big environment the way you treat big business. Where's the money come from? Who's channeling it? Is that report independent? Where is the independent verification of those claims? But they don't. If an environmentalist organisation says something, it's accepted as gospel.